Continuing through the prophecies in Isaiah, we come now to chapter 27, and I wanted to connect it with chapters 25 and 26 because they are connected with the phrases, the time statements, in that day. And of course, 27 starts no differently. In that day, the Lord will punish Leviathan, the fleeing serpent. And that is the Pharisees. Okay, so if you want to kind of get a little bit of an understanding of what Leviathan may be in the book of Job, it's very possible that this is referring to these serpents, the offspring of snakes. One of the ways to look at Job is Job might represent the house of Israel. That is the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And his three friends, the accusers, Eliphaz, Zophar, and Bildad, may very well represent the Pharisees. And so then God then begins to speak a little bit about Leviathan. Leviathan. It says, in that day the Lord will punish Leviathan, the fleeing serpent. In what day? The day of Messiah. We have waited for your salvation. The resurrection we see in chapter 26. With his fierce and great and mighty sword, even Leviathan, the twisted serpent, and he will kill the dragon who lives in the sea. In that day, a vineyard of wine, sing of it. I, the Lord, am its keeper. I water it every moment, lest anyone damage it. I guard it night and day. It is not the people of God who guard themselves. It is God who guards that garden. He protects that garden. Why? He waters it. How? The living waters of Christ. They never cease flowing. They're always protecting, cleansing, running through, presenting us holy in the sight of God. I have no wrath. Should someone give me briars and thorns in battle, then I would step on them. I would burn them completely. Or let him rely on my protection. Let him make peace with me. Let him make peace with me. In the days to come, Jacob will take root. Israel will blossom and sprout, and they will fill the whole world with fruit. It's beautiful. Like the striking of him who has struck them, has he struck them? Or like the daughter of his slain, have they been slain? You did contend with them by banishing them, by driving them away. With his fierce wind he has expelled them on the day of the east wind. Therefore, through this Jacob's iniquity will be forgiven. And this will be the full price of the pardoning of his sin. When he makes all the altar stones like pulverized chalk stones, when Asherim and incense altars will not stand. For the fortified city is isolated, a homestead forlorn and forsaken in the desert. There the calf will graze, and there it will lie down and feed on its branches. When its limbs are dry, they are broken off. Women come and make a fire with them, for they are not a people of discernment. Therefore their Maker will not have compassion on them, and their Creator will not be gracious to them. And it will come about in that day that the Lord will start his threshing from the flowing stream of the Euphrates to the brook of Egypt, and you will be gathered up by one by one, O sons of Israel. It will come about in that day that a great trumpet will be blown, and those who were perishing in the land of Assyria and who were scattered in the land of Egypt will come and worship the Lord in the holy mountain at Jerusalem. It's very beautiful. I just believe it's God's way of saying, look, I'm going to chastise this people, this land of Israel, but there's going to come a day when he will punish those who were accusing her, the fleeing serpent, Leviathan, and he will bring them back to Zion. So that's Isaiah chapter 27, and we'll continue with the next messianic prophecy in our next video in the book of Isaiah.